The next shotgun we're going to talk about is the basic double barrel. These guns are getting more and more popular in cowboy action shooting for one of the reasons that we're staging off tables nowadays. And years past, a lot of the guns were vertical. And when they're vertical staging, it was always easier to shoot a 97 because you didn't have to worry about the gun closing on you. But now that most configurations is always on top of the table, there's not much difference, and there's a lot less parts to break in a double barrel. So let's go through the loading technique on a double barrel, and there's two different ways that's successful at loading this shotgun. One, let's start with the left-hand load. The left-hand load is just like it says, we're loading with the left hand. Now you want to grab the shells. There's two different ways of grabbing the shells and two different ways of doing it, and there's two schools of thought on it. One is for the thumb to come in behind, finger on top, fingers laying against, and picking them out just like this, and there you got good control. The other one that people like, they come down, they put the thumb behind, finger in front, two fingers this way, and come in and load this way. It just depends on what you practice is what you're going to be good at. Personally, I think it's better to come in and grab them with the thumb behind, the finger on top, because you have a little bit more control. And I can come into the shotgun this way. What you don't want to do is try to stick them in straight. You want to bring them in at an angle, and all you have to do is come in and hit it at an angle like this, and then you just simply roll them in. As soon as they hit inside the chamber, you let go of the thumb and you just slide them down, come up, and fire. With the other technique, and there's some very successful shooters that do load this way, they come up, they're doing the same thing. They come up and they're just hitting it like this and down and coming in. It really comes down to what you practice is what you're going to be good at. So on a double load, what you want to do, if you're starting with the shotgun like this, or if you're picking it up off the table, you want to bring it into your shoulder. If I'm starting here, I'm going to drop it to my shoulder. If I'm picking it up off the table, I'm going to bring it into my shoulder. So all I have to do when I close that gun, it's ready to fire. So if I start here, it's up, it's in, it's just shoot, shoot. And then it comes, let me do it one more time. Down, up, in, fire. Now, let's get rid of the shells. To get rid of the shells in this way, and you're going to shoot left-handed, after I fire them, I open the gun, push on the lever, break the gun, and there's several different ways of getting rid of the shells. You can pop them, pop them. You can roll them out, and some people just hold up like this and then come back down. Whichever way you practice, again, is what you're going to be good at. Now, on these shotguns, there's a couple things you need to do to make that go successfully. And one on the load, if you'll look right here on the barrels, you can see they're chamfered. Now, normally from the factory, what they'll come, they're very sharp edged. So most everybody shoots a double barrel, just bevels that out to where when that shell goes up in there, you don't have to hit it dead on. You can come up into that bevel and it'll slide right on in. So that's a very good idea. The other thing is slicking up the inside of the chambers. Most of these shotguns are a little bit rough here. They don't have ejectors. They just have distractors. So you have to forcefully get rid of the guns, and you don't want to have to be down here plucking them out. So you want this polished. There's several outfits that sell a hone that goes in there that you can just hone that out with oil and it'll smooth it out. If you're not sure what to do, talk to one of your gunsmiths. They'll tell you what you can do. There's some other ways of doing it, but a hone's the easiest and fastest way to do it. So that's some things you need to do with a shotgun. Now on the right-hand load, where we came in with the left-hand load at this angle, we're going to come in with the right-hand load at exactly the opposite angle. We're going to come in down low, not like this. Now on the right-hand load, after you break the shot, you come down, your hand reaches down, it's thumb behind, finger in front, just like a typical a lot of the other loads, and you pluck them out. You come up, you lay them in this angle, and you just simply put them in and fire the shotgun. There's a lot of very successful, the most successful double barrel shooters that I see, most of them will load their first rounds left-handed and everything after that right-handed. And some of the most successful and the best double barrel shooters in the world are in Australia and New Zealand. And that's what a lot of those guys do, because they're not allowed to own 97s. So this is what they specialize in.